Alright, morning everybody. Alright, today we're at the Pilot in Oklahoma City. Over on the west end of Oklahoma City off Morgan Road. Gonna be dropping this empty in our drop yard here in town. And grabbing a load that is sitting over there. And it's going to Tolleson, Arizona to the Albertsons, DC. So that's what we're going to cover here. Just going from here to pick up the load and get it moving. Won't be a very long video, I suppose. It's only the very next exit down, exit 142. Go past the TA and across the river, or whatever that water thing is right there. And make a right at the light up there, and then just down the street on the right side is where our drop yard is. Just got through getting a wash out, tractor wash, and reefer fuel here. And now time to go drop this trailer. It's kind of interesting how a lot of these moving companies, that's not even a moving company, it's someone pulling a Swift trailer. The sweet sleepers, like the truck that was just two lanes over from me on the fuel island. It's always moving companies that have those sweet sleepers. I always just find it interesting. A little bit late getting out of gear, so it was more difficult than it should have been. Talk about how I sometimes float gears, sometimes I double clutch or single clutch. I'm floating right now, but sometimes, I mentioned sometimes I do double clutch. More apt to double clutch when I have a heavy load, even more so when I'm going up a grade. I think it gives me a little bit more wiggle room there to work with. Otherwise, even just the slightest bit off on the timing causes it to be more difficult to get in and out of gear, or more so out of the gear that I'm already in. So I just, at the very least, single clutch and to get it out of the gear actually gives it more of that margin for air, I guess, for air with the timing. I don't want to be constantly pulling on the shifter and trying to get it, move out of the gear just the perfect time. When that's what a clutch is for, and that's why it's. Why Eaton recommend to use the clutch. Alright, anyway, 142 exit here, it's Council Road. Same exit you can use to get to the Hobby Lobby DC, headquarters, whatever. Toward the Hobby Lobby DC, but not go anywhere near as far down the road as where they are. Light just turned green, but I don't think it's going to stay that way. Or maybe no, maybe or did it? I don't know. It's kind of a funky intersection here, so I'm just going to wait till the light turns green. There's nothing really here saying that I can't turn right on red, but then again, alright, no, we got green now anyway. It's weird, five-ways usually tend to be no right on red though. degree weather here in town right now. It's just after 9 a.m. My game plan this route is to maybe get to Amarillo, do my 30 there, and get a shower while I'm there, and then maybe get to Albuquerque or something on the next shift, by the end of my next shift. Maybe Moriarty, I haven't decided yet. Somewhere in that ballpark. Alright, I'm gonna go just in case. Yeah. Just barely missed that curb. Man, I couldn't have gotten much closer without hitting it. I'd have even rubbed it, just a tad. Wait on this car to go by. This is our yard right here. Trying to pull all the way up?
Yeah, pull on up to the stop sign.
Yeah, so that way I get my trailer out of the... Let's get my trailer out of the street. How you doing today?
What are you doing today?
Dropping this empty and then grabbing a loaded.
You're going to set this one down and grab the one and put it, because I got a guy in an extra space. He moved the trash can of a space that somebody else pays for, and he hasn't left yet, so y'all's got all y'all's plus one over there.
Oh,
I got 2 trucks attached to 2 trailers. And y'all got 8 spaces and there's 9. That guy moved the trash can and backed in. He's still sitting at, he came in at 1:30 this morning and he's still sitting on the trailer he brought in. And I've already called them, John Krishner, and told him they had to, he's got to move. He can't stay in a space somebody else pays for. So.
That was a JCT trailer?
Yeah.
Do you know which trailer it was?
I got it wrote down in there.
It's not 6777, is it?
No, it's I don't know if it's loaded or empty, but it's a 63 something like that.
Oh, okay.
He's the last truck. There's 2 trucks. He's on that end, and he's in space number 27, and that's a space somebody else rents, but he's just not here right now.
Oh.
But that guy, I put a trash can in there so they don't park in it.
Okay.
He moved the trash can 3 spaces over and parked in it and went to bed.
Oh,
But I've already
wonderful.
called him, so you'll have to set this one down and pull out the one. So set it long ways past your spots down there on that fence line.
Okay.
And then pull yours out and pull it up this way a little bit where you can still get this one in. And then hook back up to this and hook it in the hole.
Okay. These cars over here, can I put it?
There's one truck right there by that light pole, and that's where that fence cuts in, but past this light pole it cuts out some. When you go around, you can just drop this one after you make the corner down there.
Yeah.
And then you can pull your other one out and put it out in the drive like that. Just don't park in the middle. Park off the side where somebody comes, they can still travel through there.
Yeah, that's what I was thinking. I was thinking if it came down to I could put it over here or something, but I just wasn't sure if
Or
anyone
if
was
you
going
want
to move.
to, you can drop this one down here where those, at the end of this row, past all these box trucks, there's a couple of gooseneck oil field trailers.
Okay.
You can just set it in one of those spaces, back it in there till you pull yours out, and then park yours over there, and then, or just bring it on around here and set it down in front of those and park it just wherever you can.
Okay.
Just don't park in the middle of the drive where you're blocking the traffic.
Okay, or yeah, even maybe over
If
here.
you park it down there, that way when you pull it out, you can just take it around that corner.
Okay.
This way you're going to have to come from the other direction to back it in.
Yeah. Okay.
So if you take this one down and either go around and drop it on the fence down there, or drop it down here on this side facing this way down where those goosenecks are, close to the end, there should be 1 or 2 bobtails sitting in the very end space on this row.
Okay. Yeah, I'm just
The
going.
oil field guys are there, but they're not here right now, so you can sit there for a few minutes while you
and
swap out.
I'll be in and out, so.
And then you can just bring that one around where you can set it down there long ways in front of it off to the side,
Yeah, and then
those
drop
spaces,
this.
and then grab that other
Drop
one. then
this
you
one
can
back
go.
in where I'm picking the other one up from. Okay.
Or just where you're, just don't stop in the middle of the drive where it blocks the traffic.
Yeah.
What was your name? I'm sorry, sweetie.
Scott.
Scott what?
Zane, Z-A-N-E.
Z-A-N-E. Gotcha. Thanks, sir.
Thank you. Okay, so we got a little bit of a mess here with our trailers, I guess. We're all full, and if you heard, I got the oil-filled trailers, some gooseneck oil-filled trailers over here, down by the end that I can park in, or park by. I'll bobtail back around to grab my loaded, get my loaded out of the way, and then I'll head back up. I don't see mine there yet. Yeah, she says we're all full, so. Yeah, and then I guess we have a driver here who's taking a break and parked in a spot that someone else is renting, so that doesn't belong to us. We have specific spots set aside for us, so what I'm going to do is just put it right here in like 48. Alright, the slanted spots, I'm going to just go perpendicular there. Oop, that was actually too much. Okay, we'll get this disconnected. Don't have to be so jerky, you damn clutch. Come on, let me out. Now, we'll find 6777. Pull it out of the spot, bring it over here. Try and then hook back up to 6531. Bring it back over here, back it into where 6777 is now. And then come back over to hook back up to 6777. This must be the guy she was talking about there with silver Peterbilt. Whoever it is, has been here for 7 years now. Oh, it's right next to him. Okay. I'm wondering if I know who that is. Don't suppose that's Fester. We have a guy who, I don't know if he paid his truck off yet, but there is a guy I know with the silver Pete. He goes by, his name's Tom, but he goes by Fester. Whoever that is 0838. So their truck hasn't been paid off that long. They probably paid it off earlier this year. Just gonna move this trailer out of the way and go bring the other one back over here. And then I'll do a good pre-trip on this one when I get it out of the way. And that's right, go ahead and just this one right here. As long as it's out of the way of, I want to make sure it's out of the way of my setup spot too. Alright, trailer brake set and then back into it, because me stopping going forward means I'm binding up the fifth wheel on the kingpin. I just got this, I just got a lube done recently, so can't say I don't have a greased fifth wheel. That's why I always say, this isn't Fry Miller's terminal, is it? Maybe it is, that's all Fry Miller stuff. Even with the freshly greased fifth wheel, I'm sticking a little bit, so just imagine you try to do a temp test and you make an assumption that you're hooked up correctly just because you got a good temp test, when in reality it's not, and that does happen. Man, that trailer sticks out there. I'll still have to get the tandems out far enough to get around the truck that's on the other side of it. Well, I actually could have gotten it back a little bit further, but okay, this time I only have the red hose hooked up. Which basically means I don't have trailer brakes, which I don't need them right now anyway. I mean, the emergency brakes are released, but don't need trailer brakes in a slow speed area like this. Oh yeah, tons of room there. Now it'll be a little bit fun trying to get this setup. It's a narrow lane, so probably go I don't know, maybe two spots past. We'll have this guy to go up next to as well. Fuck out of the way. Oh, no, that's her. That's the...
Once it's empty, so just pull up and drop it on the fence where he can put the one he's loading one in this hole and he don't have to swap out. Just pull up there behind that one and give yourself enough room to get out from under it. And he can put his in there and then take this in. He's bringing in a load.
Oh, okay.
And I was trying to catch, I said, let me go catch him before. He said, is there empty that we can swap out? And I said, you just drop one. I was going to catch it before you hooked up where they can just drop and grab that one. Just Just pull up there and set it close to the fence and he can swap them out.
Okay, that'll work.
That way you don't have to back in. Save you a little bit anyway. Pull up behind it, give yourself enough room, and just hook up to that one and take it, and he'll take this one. He's on his way back from the truck stop.
Oh, okay.
He'll be right here.
Alright, thanks. That makes it even easier. Okay, so as long as my big concern is if when he comes in with this trailer, is there going to be room for him to set up his backing? Yeah, make it as easy as I can on him for his backing setup. So I'm trying to get this as far out of the way as I can, knowing that. I'll come right up here. Actually, trailer brakes first and then back into it. She's waking. She woke him up to tell him, get out of that spot. Run a damn truck stop. Or something. Let her go by first and also gives my airbags a chance to deflate. Get up near the Sierra. I'll angle my tractor toward the front of the trailer, actually out in front of the trailer, not at the front of it. Remember, give it some feet in front of the trailer, not actually into the. That way you can rotate into it from there. Perfect. Oops. That's it, low enough. I'm gonna have to drop my drop my bags before I can get underneath it. Now we're under it. Go off duty here for a bit and do a full-blown check. You know, I actually put my exterior test light switch on so I can check the brake lights and check everything else but the brake lights on the trailer without that. Alright guys, all done here. Got a couple of things to do want to talk about though on the way out. Before we end this video.
You have 8 hours and 0 minutes of remaining drive time.
I'm going to drop my yard, move it over to the gate, and then switch status so I can start driving out of here from there. Not that I need all my drive clock. I don't even have to run 600 miles. It's only about, I think 1,100 miles total, if even that, from, I don't even think it's that far to get from start to finish. Actually, you know what? Back up over here. It's wait for her because she's driving around right now. Okay, so first thing involves for JCT drivers specifically. If you're dropping an empty and picking up a loaded from a drop yard like I just did, because normally there are two macros you deal with, macro 13 and macro 14. 13 is to drop a loaded trailer, 14 is to drop an empty trailer. But in this case, I don't have to do either of those at all. It's if I'm just dropping an empty and picking up a loaded, I can just do a loaded call, which is a macro 6, and do the put all my information in there, and it'll ask me what trailer I dropped, and I just put in there 6531 as the trailer that I'm dropping, and that's all there is to it. Now it'll be available for that guy to hook up to and basically put in the system that he has it now. Second, the Peterbilt driver, I just talked to him. It's not Fester, it's someone else. I don't know who he is, but I've seen him before, I think. And all right, so here's where experience doesn't make you always the know-it-all, because sometimes things change. And I have another story I could tell on this as well with my aircraft maintenance background. Something that happened in my aircraft maintenance career. Oh, okay, appreciate it.
I got it.
She's pleasant. I like her. I usually have someone else working here when I come here. And she's good to deal with, though. Got one more coming, looks like. Come on, hurry up so I can go before that bobtail comes the other way. All right, so. As you guys might have seen when she came up earlier, come flying up the lane and came to talk to me. After she got through talking to me, telling me to go ahead and drop my empty along the fence because of the other guy coming to the yard. She went and knocked on the other guy's door again and told him he had to leave, but of course he's like, he has the idea that he can't move until his 10-hour break is done. And mind you, this is a driver who's been with JCT at least 7 years, because he had at least 7 diamonds on his truck. So he's no newbie here. He's been driving on. He's been with JCT alone longer than I've been driving total. So, but this is where I talked before. Don't throw your experience around. Just because you have experience doesn't mean that it's the right experience. Or maybe it is good experience, but something changed along the way that you aren't aware of, like the personal conveyance guidance. That all got changed a couple of years ago, actually a year ago, whatever, 1 or 2 years ago. That I'm very well aware of, because I was staying up to speed on all of it. But apparently he's not. He's under the impression that if you're loaded, you cannot advance your load on personal conveyance. And I told him, yes, you can if you're not parked where you're supposed to be or something, and say as long as you're moving the load for a personal reason. And it's only 2 miles from, or actually not even that. It's literally right down the street here. See, there's a TA right here that he can park at. So that's not even advancing the load, really. He only got off the freeway to park, and I guess maybe he tried to come here when the TA was full. And okay, so with personal conveyance, there's 2 sides of this. There's the FMCSA's guidance on it, and then there's the company specific guidance. Now, FMCSA is more relaxed on the rules than what companies can be. So as far as the FMCSA is concerned, if you're out of hours, you can only go to the near... Get the hell out of the damn lane. Fucking homeless piece of shit. I hate people like that who think that they think the rules don't apply to them. It's like, go ahead, stay where you're at. I'll run your ass over. You don't have enough respect to cross the road when you're supposed to, then why should I have respect for you? you don't care about your own safety, why should I? Alright, so anyway, like I was saying, even if you didn't go to the TA right there, told him, you know, if, let's just say, 2 miles down the road, even if it's in the direction of his receiver, it's legal to do it as far as the FMCSA is concerned. You just got to find their FMCSA rule is if you're out of hours, you got to stop at the nearest safe, legal, and reasonable. All three of those apply, and it's up to you and for the end of the carrier to decide what is considered safe, legal, and reasonable. So something might be reasonable to somebody else, but you might not consider it safe. Now, maybe like parking in West Memphis. I don't want to park in West Memphis for safety concerns or something, or security concerns. So I'm not going to park there if I don't need to. Or it could be a reasonability thing. I had a load a while back that I delivered in Olathe, Kansas at the Aldi distribution center. And when I got through with that load, I had to go to Emporia, Kansas to pick up my reload. And I was out of hours after I was done with my delivery. So, okay, now do I deadhead in the wrong direction toward Kansas City, which is I won't stop at anyway. It's I have security concerns about that, and I'm paying for my fuel. Why would I go out of my? Why would I drive 60 miles out of my way? Basically, 30 miles the wrong way, 30 miles back to where I was, at my own cost, to park somewhere because someone says that I have to go the opposite direction of my shipper. No, hell no, that's not going to happen. Especially when I'm not getting paid for all my miles anyway. That's not reasonable to me. And then there's a truck stop, a 7-Eleven right there in Olathe that you can use. But there's no showers there, not that I know of. And if I want a shower, then that's no good to me. It's not reasonable if I need a place to shower. Let's see what we've got here.
Message 2. Message 1 of 19. Received today at 8:01 a.m. We have not received your M-check reader status macro. Please send macro 01 at your first safe opportunity. Thank you.
Look, I just picked the damn trailer up. Piss off. This afternoon when I stop at Amarillo. But anyway, yeah, it's okay. So that's the FMCSA guidance. Now you have the company-specific stuff because FMCSA does say companies. It does permit companies to set their own policies. That could be. No, now you can go the other way, you shithead. Thought you were getting on the freeway. It does permit companies, motor carriers, to set their own standards that could be more strict than the FMCSA standards. And some carriers, yeah, you're going to find that they're more strict and they don't want you doing that. But JCT, it's, hey, we're mostly all lease ops and we're paying for our own fuel. And their policy is we park, as long as we're using the truck for our own personal reason and not for the motor carrier's reason, then we're allowed to PC up to 2 hours per day. And it's, as long as you, if you're not doing it every single day either, where, like I was talking to somebody else last night, or yesterday, or whatever, I think, said, yeah, as long as you're not doing it every single day. Actually, it was the driver I was talking to this morning at Walmart, DC. Got a relative, or sister or cousin or whoever it was, who works at a way station, and they were telling him that as long as you're, they're not going to really flinch at you using personal conveyance at the end of your shift, like maybe one shift or something. But if you're doing it every single shift, then they're going to question it, like you're taking advantage of the system. But If it just looks like only one time in the entire 8-day period that you're doing it, they know that you probably just had a situation where maybe it was an adverse condition or just had a bad situation where you didn't trip plan effectively or something, or maybe you got surprised the place you planned to shut down at was full and you had to go somewhere else. They're not going to flinch at that. But if they see you doing it every single day or regularity, whatever, it's they're not going to start questioning you on it. Anyway, that's all I have. Got to save this SD card so I don't overwrite the Walmart data. And I don't want this to be too long a video, but I do want to have relevant information for you guys to watch and listen to. So, with that, on that note, head westbound on I-40 now toward Tolleson, Arizona. And I don't expect that I'll be swapping this load off anywhere. So, anticipate my next video that you see after this being a delivery to Albertsons in Tolleson, Arizona. Okay? Alright, that's all I have. Thanks you guys for hanging out and watching, and we'll see you guys next time. See ya.